The Kansas City Chiefs are fresh off an incredible Super Bowl appearance, and they're already looking ahead to their next championship run in 2025. Fans are buzzing with excitement about the latest draft picks and the potential to add new weapons to the roster. But it's not just the rookies that have everyone talking. This year's training camp promises intense battles for roster spots, especially as some veterans face tough competition. Will the new blood make the cut, or will the Chiefs stick with the experience that got them to the top? Stick around to find out which players are fighting for their spots and who could be on the bubble. The offensive line is one of the most crucial positions for the Chiefs' success, and in 2025, there are significant questions to answer. With the potential departure of veteran players, can the Chiefs solidify this key area before the season starts? The competition for starting spots is fierce. Players like Joe Thuney and Orlando Brown Jr. are expected to lead, but there's room for new faces to step up. Will the line protect Patrick Mahomes like it did in previous years, or will young players prove their worth and take over key roles? With the team's high-powered offense, this is a battle to watch closely. Wide receiver is another position to watch closely in 2025. With several new faces added to the team, there's a real battle for playing time. Veterans like Kadarius Toney, who showed flashes of brilliance last season, are now under scrutiny. Can Toney secure his spot on the roster, or will younger receivers like Rashee Rice and Sky Moore take his place? Toney's potential could still be massive, but the competition is fierce, and with only so many spots available, the next few weeks will be crucial in determining who will make the final roster. The Chiefs' running back room is packed with talent, but with limited snaps to go around, competition is going to be fierce. Players like Isaiah Pacheco and Clyde Edwards-Helaire are expected to lead the charge, but don't count out newcomers. The Chiefs are known for their versatility in the backfield, and every player will need to prove they can contribute in both the running and passing game. The battle for carries and playing time will make for an exciting watch during training camp as each player looks to stand out. Now let's dive into the veterans on the roster who might be facing their final chance to impress during training camp. Take insert player name. For example, this veteran has been a key contributor in the past, but his performance has been inconsistent in recent seasons. Is this the year the Chiefs part ways with him, or will he show enough to earn a spot for another year? The Chiefs have a history of making tough roster decisions, and this camp will be no different. Keep an eye on these veterans as they fight to prove they belong on the roster. Experience is valuable, but age can sometimes be a double-edged sword. As some veterans, like insert player name, get older and deal with nagging injuries, their place on the roster becomes uncertain. The Chiefs have a well-documented history of valuing player performance over experience, so will these aging players be able to prove they still have the skills necessary to make an impact? On the other hand, there's a new generation of players eager to prove themselves. The real question is, will experience win out over fresh, youthful energy this year? While training camp is often dominated by veterans fighting for their jobs, it's the young players that bring the energy and excitement. Keep your eyes on insert rookie name, a draft pick with all the potential to make an immediate impact. In addition, undrafted free agents like insert UDFA name are making waves in camp, determined to prove they belong. These underdogs come in with a chip on their shoulder and a fierce determination to make the roster. Who will rise to the occasion and claim a spot on the 53-man roster? While some young players are already on the radar, others still need to show they have what it takes. Look for insert player name, a second-year player with a lot of potential who now needs to take that next step. Last season, he showed flashes, but this year's training camp will be his opportunity to break out and prove he's ready for a bigger role. Will this player step up in a big way, or will they fall short in the face of fierce competition? Not all battles for roster spots are on offense or defense. Special teams play a crucial role, and this year, the Chiefs have several players vying for spots. Whether it's the return game or coverage units, players like insert player name are fighting for critical positions that could determine their future with the team. Special teams may not always grab the spotlight, but they are just as important for a successful season. As training camp comes to an end, the tough decisions begin. The Chiefs have a loaded roster, and making the final cuts is never easy. Players will be fighting for every last opportunity to make an impression, but only 53 players will earn a spot. This segment will take a look at who we expect to make the cut and who might find themselves looking for a new team as the Chiefs head into the 2025 season. Training camp is more than just drills and scrimmages. It's about making your case for a spot on the final roster. For some, it's a chance to prove their worth and earn a new contract. For others, it's the last chance they'll have to show they belong in the NFL. The excitement of camp, the competition, and the drama will be a major storyline leading up to the start of the 2025 season. We'll be watching closely to see who steps up and who falls short, and we can't wait to see how it all unfolds. Every year, there are always a few surprise cuts that shake things up, and 2025 might be no different. Some veterans are entrenched in the Chiefs roster, but their performance during training camp will determine whether they remain. Players like, insert veteran player name, could be on the chopping block. Although they've had solid careers, their declining performance or injuries might push the Chiefs front office to make a tough decision. The Chiefs have a history of making difficult roster choices to keep the best players, and this year could be no exception. Keep an eye on those players who may have thought they had their spot secure but find themselves on the outside looking in. In a team like the Chiefs, chemistry is key. It's not just about individual talent. How players gel together can often be the deciding factor in who makes the team. The connection between quarterback Patrick Mahomes and his receivers will be closely watched this camp. Players like Travis Kelce, Sky Moore, and Rashee Rice will have the chance to build that vital chemistry with Mahomes during camp. Will this season's new additions click with the team's established stars, or will the lack of cohesion result in tough decisions come roster cutdown time? Chemistry could be the edge that makes the difference for players fighting for a roster spot. While Patrick Mahomes is obviously the starting quarterback, the backup position remains an important battle to watch. Chiefs fans have been intrigued by the development of insert backup quarterback name, who will compete to become Mahomes' backup. With the chance to gain valuable playing time in the event of an injury, the backup quarterback will need to prove themselves in training camp. Can this young quarterback handle the pressure of backing up one of the NFL's most elite players? The race for the number 2 quarterback spot is one that could surprise many Chiefs fans, so don't overlook it during camp. The offseason brings fresh talent to the Kansas City Chiefs, and the impact of new players will be closely monitored during training camp. The Chiefs added some exciting new draft picks and free agents, and their performances will be crucial in shaping the roster. Players like insert draft pick name and insert free agent name bring new skills and energy to the team, but will they be able to translate that potential into consistent play in camp? These additions could drastically alter the competition, especially as some veterans might find themselves pushed out by younger, more talented players. The real question is, who will step up and become the next big contributor on the team? The Chiefs coaching staff, led by head coach Andy Reid, will play a huge role in determining the final roster. Reid is known for his ability to get the most out of his players, and his decisions on who makes the cut are often influenced by more than just raw talent. Scheme fit, versatility, and special teams contributions could all factor into the coaching staff's decisions. We've seen in the past how Reid has made difficult cuts and trusted younger players to step up. This year, his decisions will have a significant impact on the roster, and it will be fascinating to see who he believes can contribute most to the Chiefs' championship hopes in 2025. As the competition for roster spots heats up during training camp, the Chiefs' 2025 season is beginning to take shape. With the battle for key positions, the young players pushing for their chance, and the veterans fighting to keep their jobs, we'll see some incredible performances. But who will come out on top? Will it be the familiar faces who have been with the team for years, or will the new additions surprise us? In the end, it all comes down to who can prove they have what it takes to contribute to the Chiefs' Super Bowl aspirations for 2025. We'll be watching closely as the roster continues to take form, and you can expect the final decisions to come down to the wire. Before the Chiefs settle on their final 53-man roster, there are some key preseason matchups that could heavily influence roster decisions. As the Chiefs face off against other teams, players will have their chance to shine in live-game situations. Watch for players like insert player name to make big plays in these games, as their performance could be the deciding factor in whether they make the cut or not. The Chiefs' preseason will be the final proving ground for those on the bubble, and every snap could be their last opportunity to secure a roster spot. While most of the spotlight during training camp is on offense and defense, let's not forget about the unsung heroes, the special teams. Special teams play a pivotal role in setting up good field position and potentially even scoring points. Players competing for special team spots will be under intense scrutiny during camp. These players may not see a lot of action on offense or defense, but their contributions on special teams could be enough to secure a spot on the final roster. As we head into the 2025 season, Expect a number of special teams players to make a real case for themselves in camp. We've covered the battles for roster spots, but who are the players that could shock us by making the final roster? Every year, there's a surprise or two, whether it's a player who came out of nowhere or a young player beating the odds. Who will be this year's surprise inclusion on the Chiefs' 2025 roster? Is there a rookie who will make a big splash, or will a previously overlooked player rise to the occasion? With training camp well underway, the next few weeks will reveal the answers, and we'll all be eagerly waiting to see who gets the nod. The Kansas City Chiefs are looking to make their third Super Bowl appearance in recent years, and it all starts with the hard work put in during training camp. The roster battles, the intense competition, and the drive for greatness will define this team as they prepare for the 2025 season. As always, we'll be here to follow every twist and turn in this exciting journey. Who will step up and secure a spot? And who will fall short in the battle for the 2025 roster? Stay tuned as we continue to cover everything you need to know about the Chiefs' path to another championship.